This is Charlie Stocker with HeyGardenGuy.com. If you watch the videos, you're probably getting tired of me saying that, but I just want you to know that you can go there, or Hey Garden Guy Charlie Stocker on Facebook and YouTube. Ask questions. We get about 25 to 30 a day, which I love. I'm retired. We research the questions. If I don't know what they are, we go to people like Jack Brown, a number of people who are a lot smarter and knowledgeable than I am, and we get the right answer for you. And believe me, we've had some interesting questions that we've had to do some research on. We don't treat it lightly. We appreciate you watching the videos and asking the questions. It's our lifeblood. We've been talking about raised bed gardening. And I hope by this time you've been educated and you understand a little bit more about what raised bed gardening is. But we've got the soil in the bed, we've constructed the bed. Now we have a few things, a few details yet to decide what is the next thing. And the next thing is mulching. It's imperative because we're in an artificial environment. It's imperative that we mulch with some type of wood fibrous mulch. It does a number of things. It holds the weeds down, what few weeds you may have. It keeps the water from evaporating as quickly as it normally would. And here's another thing. We're going to talk about irrigation here in just a second. But so many times people water pell-mell over the whole top of their garden. And that's one of the worst things you can do in terms of watering, because it gets the water on the foliage. You've got pathogens, you've got antigens, you've got all types of bacteria and fungus and spores that can get up on the leaves when they're wet like that. So mulch, if you water the ground around the plants, which is what we encourage you to do, by having that mulch on the ground, it keeps the water from splashing up on the leaves at the bottom of the plant and just takes away a lot of the disease and insects that you would normally have. So there are so many, not to mention aesthetic, if mulch is attractive in your garden, so many things that are positive about mulching. I would say it's one of the top 3 things that you should do in any gardening instance. So what do you use? You can use pine bark, you can use the arborist wood chips, you can use pine needles, anything that again will hold the weeds down, anywhere from 2 to 3 inches, hold the weeds down, hold the moisture in, reduce the soil temperatures, and keep the water from splashing up onto the leaves. So that's all I'll say about mulching. Now we want to look at irrigation. And again, I've said quite a bit about watering. If you're using a watering wand, make sure you water at the bottom of the plant. You can use emitter tubes, you can use drip irrigation, but nothing that's overhead unless you do it in the morning and then it has a chance to dry out rather quickly. But irrigation in raised bed gardening is a consideration that you have to take into account simply because your plants need water. And it's generally 1 inch of water per week on a regular basis. That's all the time we have for today. This is Charlie Stocker. One more session with raised bed gardening, and then we're going to get into tomatoes. HeyGardenGuy.com. Charlie Stocker, raising your garden IQ, one question at a time.